So tonight is the big one. Ring of Honor's Final Battle 2016. Coming to us for the first time in over 2.5 years from the Hammerstein Ballroom in the Big Apple. ROH has finally come home, in a sense. 8 matches set up on the card. Let's run them down. First matchup, Motor City Machine Guns and Donovan Dijak against the Cabinet. Rhett Titus, Kenny King, and Caprice Coleman. I'm going to be blunt. I don't like this shift in character for someone like Coleman. It just makes him more like a uber prick, if anything else. You know, a liberal uber prick. Kenny and Rhett, aren't they supposed to be the adrenaline rush and Hyman busting ANX? In any case, I'm not going to like how this one plays out. And more likely, Dijak is going to end up stabbing the Guns in the back, regardless of Shelley's past relation with Prince Nana. I'm going to take the Cabinet to win this one. Next up, grudge match. Colt Cabana, who's now the heel in this feud, against Dalton Castle. So ends the short-lived run of probably one of the more entertaining tag teams in Ring of Honor. The Party Peacock now goes along with the boys, taking on Boom Boom. I mean, honestly, I would have found it fitting back in May if Colt had won the world title in Chicago Ridge, but they were setting up Cole versus Lethal for Death Before Dishonor, something I think that should have been dragged out to Final Battle. Well, instead, but I digress. Oh, excuse me. But who wins this one? If you're starting off a feud, you gotta give the heel the win. I'm gonna take Colt Cabana. Next up, Jushin Thunder Liger against the last real man, Silas Young. Silas is a jerk. I'll be blunt and simple. But he's still in his physical prime, albeit nearing the tail end of it, in his late 30s. Liger just passed it in his early 50s. Most people say when you get to 50, you're past your physical prime. And while Liger's in pretty good shape for a man of his age, he's still just past it. But I'm going to say Liger wins this one in an upset. Next up, Jay Lethal against Cody Rhodes. Now, while Cody does have a TNA contract, the contract does allow him to show up at other promotions. As prior to signing full-time with TNA, he had agreed to show up at Final Battle, so it wouldn't conflict with his TNA contract. He showed up and got to the semis of the Survival of the Fittest tournament, of the Battle of Los Angeles tournament in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and has been making a name for himself in various independent promotions across the world. But this is Cody's only night in ROH. Either let him go out on top, or have Lethal make his way back on the comeback trail. I'm going to say the grandson of the plumber pulls off a bit of an upset. So Cody Rhodes, my pick to win this match. Next up, the finals of the 6-man tournament to determine the inaugural Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions. I brought a request up to Nigel on Facebook saying that he should make a Women of Honor championship belt by holding a 16-woman tournament that would have gone from Death Before Dishonor through either Glory by Honor or All-Star Extravaganza, and he liked the idea. The problem is, he opted to go with a 6-man tag tournament. Now, originally this finals match was supposed to be Kushida, Shida, ACH, and Jay White going in the finals against the Kingdom, made up of the New Kingdom, Matt Taven, Vinny Marcella, and TK Orion. However, ACH more or less left Ring of Honor and is now touring various independent promotions across the country. So Leo, who was the original pick to team with ACH and Jay White for the tournament, reclaimed his spot and was permitted to come back onto the team for this match. Who wins it? I'm going to say the New Kingdom wins. Because it's a hodgepodge against an established unit. And I say the established unit takes this one. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Had to do it. Next up, Ring of Honor World Tag Team title match. The challengers, them boys, Jay and Mark the Briscoes, against the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champs and the defending Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champs, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson of Bullet Club. The Briscoes have a loose association with Chaos, and back during the Destruction Tour, I believe it was, the Bucks challenged the Briscoes for the IWGP heavyweight tag belts, and came up short. It wouldn't be until a month later that the Briscoes would drop those straps at King of Pro Wrestling in Ryogoku to the Guerrillas of Destiny, the Bucks' stablemates. It also doesn't really help the Briscoes' case that the Young Bucks, along with Kenny Omega, beat the Briscoes, along with Toru Yano, at one point, for the recently created IWGP Never Openweight 6-man belts. So, who takes this one, in my opinion? Well, personally, it's been 3.5 years, too frickin' long, and I say pull the trigger on it now. Jay and Mark Briscoe man up and get their 9th Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. Championship run. Next up, a match that was originally meant to be one-on-one, now turned fatal 4-way, for the Ring of Honor World Television title, or Four Corner Survival, depending on what you want to call it. The new champion, the villain, Marty Scurll, defends against CMLL's Dragon Lee, former champions, the aerial assassin Will Ospreay, and the infamous Bobby Fish. Originally, this match was supposed to be Dragon Lee against Bobby Fish, but during the Reach for the Sky tour, the title got thrown around like a hot potato. It got tossed around like a hot potato, going from Fish to Ospreay to Scurll, from what I understand. Lee had beaten Fish in a proving ground match to get the title shot in Boston. Had beaten Fish in a proving ground match at Boston and to get the title shot tonight. But with Ospreay beating Fish and then Scurll defeating Ospreay, the title picture got a little muddled, so all three get the shot tonight. But who gets this win? It makes no sense to put the belt back on either Ospreay or Fish, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, it boils down to Scurll and Lee. My pick to win, the villain, Marty Scurll, the man who won the Bola tournament earlier this year. The man who won the Battle of Los Angeles tournament. And is the current TV champion. Finally, the main event. What I assumed originally was going to be a fight without honor. For the Ring of Honor World title, Adam Cole defends against Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly had a title shot earlier this year in June at the post Best in the World television tapings here in Concord. However, Adam Cole pretty much sabotaged his attempt to win the title when he and the Young Bucks preemptively struck Cole and separated his shoulder, putting him on the sideline for 2 months. Cole would capture the title at Death Before Dishonor. That set up what's going to go down tonight. Originally, O'Reilly thought that he was done with Cole after Supercard of Honor 10 in their no-holds-barred match. And they're now having a match in the same arena where 4.5 years ago, O'Reilly knocked Cole's 2 front teeth out, though the roles were reversed with O'Reilly being the heel and Cole the face. Now it's O'Reilly the face and Cole's the heel. But my question is, why change this to a regular wrestling match as opposed to what was originally listed as a fight without honor? Because we know the Bullet Club, particularly the Young Bucks, are going to find some way to screw over O'Reilly again. I say give it a fight, make it a fight without honor, and eliminate the element of surprise and an attempted swerve. I personally I've gone on record stating that Adam, on Facebook and on YouTube, that I do not believe that Adam Cole will walk out of the Hammerstein tonight with the Ring of Honor World title still on his waist. Because, keep in mind, he's facing a man he is screwed out of the title not once, but twice. The first time, All-Star Extravaganza 7, when O'Reilly was challenging Lethal for the title, and Cole stabbed him in the back. The second time, the aforementioned television taping in June. So this time, Cole is getting his comeuppance. Lock this one up. Kyle O'Reilly walks in the challenger, but he walks out Ring of Honor World Champion, and vengeance will be dealt, and justice will be done. That's all I've got for tonight. I'll be using iPay-per-view stream instead of TV pay-per-view stream to catch all the action. Mets 2128 signing out. God bless. Have a great day. Peace.